Alright, we should be streaming.
Alright.
Keyword
Just one moment
should.
here. Just one moment here as we ensure.
Alright.
Yes, we should be good. So, hello everyone. Welcome back to this playthrough of Super Robot Wars Z2 Saisei. I'm Ryu, this is Zero. There'll be a moment here as we're checking over everyone's skills a bit and ensuring anyone who needs new skills to be purchased have them. 108.
108, and also just... I'm especially amused because after we got the stage after we got the Eternal, it was 666.
Okay.
And the Freedom is...
No.
just an amusing combination of numbers for the two of them.
So then, to explain what happened yesterday. So, yesterday, an old enemy showed up out of nowhere. Gaio, the King of Destruction, is back. And being backed by one Carlos Saxon Jr., our beloved idiot. This is probably not a good thing. However, Gaio didn't want to fight with us this time. He smashed the other zone that Insalam had set up, and then told us, hey, do you really have time to be hanging around here? Sure, I'll fight you if you want, but there are things going on in space you guys probably ought to deal with. And there definitely were, as a dimensional distortion known as the Abyss was widening and ripping a hole in space and possibly creating a tunnel between universes. That's probably not a good thing.
You think?
No. However, when we got there, we found, in fact, that we had some friends show up there. Harry Ord, Wits, and Roby were out there investigating it, and they found that yes, thanks to Tifa and Commander Fudo the Crazy, their pleas for help had gotten through. And some allies from the world of Zuth wound up showing up. So now we have the Eternal, helmeted by Lacus Klein. We have the Gundam X Divider, captained by Jamil Neat. And we have the Genis Kai Anil Custom. Plus the DX is now upgraded with its G-Falcon flight pack. And a subpilot. Very good. However, at the same time, we also found out that someone else was going about in secret. Imliard was not as dead as he had seemed. He was even able to turn his own death into a lie with his powers. So, yeah, chalk that up under craziness. And he's back stronger and crazier than before. Business as usual. So now we have yet another new enemy to deal with. Also, he does not like Neki Basara anymore. He tried to drag Neki Basara along with him, and Basara adamantly refused, and hurt him with singing. Because what can't be solved by a good song? Just shut up and listen to me!
I believe the only thing that can't be solved with a good song is silence.
Well, a good song would solve silence. It won't create silence, but it will solve this problem of silence.
I'd say that it can't cure being mute, but it clearly did.
Since Basara did lose his voice, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so we have, for this next chapter, a route split, which is pretty much determined in advance here. Either we go off with the Code Geass characters and Hero Yui to see what's happening back in Japan, in Area 11, not Japan. Or we go with literally everyone else to the Dark Continent and get a bunch of cool new stuff.
And get to see some very amusing things.
Yes.
So we're going to the Dark Continent.
Unless anyone immediately chimes in saying, no, I want to see what's happening with Code Geass.
I think the vote in the thing was for this route split.
So.
Sunglasses, Gaio.
Queen longing for peace, huh? Isn't it splendid? She truly is a fitting queen for this age. Let's see. Maybe there should be something about despite the fact she's a queen. Even if she is only supposed to be a puppet, she presents a splendid image for the world. Well, no, you're wrong. This age still has to catch up with her. No, this age isn't fitting for her, I suppose. Even if you wind up planting seeds in a barren field, you won't get anything. Is that really how it is? Well then, where are we headed next? Are we going to be just going as the wind takes us again? The breeze has changed. We're heading to the Dark Continent. Looks like thanks to that armed bastard's interference, troublesome system's starting to awaken again. Orbital station. How has the world changed after Queen Relina was chosen as the representative of the Federation? It's quite incredible. It looks as if all of the areas that were breaking out in riots have started to quiet down. It would appear as though the Saint Kingdom's doctrines of absolute pacifism have had an even larger effect than expected on the world. However, it isn't only a good thing. Capitalizing on the chaos that the Wiseman shock created, Islam's been attacking various areas. If things continue at this rate, in the near future, the entire Federation will collapse. Unfortunately, it looks as though Lady Margaret's attempts to convince them have ended in failure. So the war between worlds has come so far that even her words cannot reach. For now, all we can do is pray that she's safe. See? And at the same time as Queen Relina took over her, the Earth Federation's military has been completely taken over by the A-Laws. Since it's come to this, our observation role is going to get far tougher. About that. Please look at this section here of the footage that was broadcast during the Wiseman shock. See, appears to be at the inauguration of the orbital elevator. That person, isn't that Representative Elgin? But this footage is from over 100 years ago. So, does that mean Representative Elgin's been alive for over 100 years? There's only a single conclusion we've been able to draw from this footage. Elgin Roddick isn't a human. Are you meaning to imply he's an innovator? If that's the case, it would explain everything about how the Federation military has been completely taken over by the A-Laws. But then, why would Representative Elgin allow his access to operate as an independent unit? Unless we meet him, we won't be able to say for certain. After all, the people who are supposed to be carrying out Yulia Schoenberg's plan, the innovators and celestial being, have completely split paths. That being the case, it's completely possible that even amongst the innovators there are some who hold different opinions. If that's the case, Representative Elgin may have already fallen into their hands and disappeared. At this point in time, we can't count on Commander Urotsuka's backing. Yeah. So we're going to have to do something on our own. About that, the Black Knights are going to need to take individual actions for a while. For what reason? Let's see. Our homeland, Area 11, was a former hotbed of anti-Federation resistance. In order to reconnoiter the current situation, we need to return to Area 11. Understood, Zero. After all, I understand that liberation of the country is your main goal as the Black Knights. Well then. We'll take the Ikaruga will head towards Japan with all members of the Black Knights and Hiro Yui. Is there a reason you're taking Hero with you? That man has desired to be my observer. As such, I can't afford to ignore him. Understood. Well then. Once we commence atmospheric re-entry, the rest of us will head towards the Dark Continent and rendezvous with the tower. The changes of this world are accelerating even further. See. Thanks to that, not only might be affected by Queen Relina's place as representative of the Federation. In order to focus on the battles ahead, at least once, I need to see how Nunnally is doing. And that's everything that's been happening here. That idiot! I thought he'd gone off and done something crazy. But what the hell is he thinking? Calm down, Chief. After all, with both the Cave of Destruction and I'm coming back, it's nothing but a consecutive series of headaches for us. But what I'm sad, and being able to save Esther by drawing out the power of the spheres, it's quite an interesting idea. After all, he knows plenty about those spheres. Might be that even if he wasn't intending it, he could have been telling the truth. Regardless of the case, he'll definitely come hunting me again. In order to be able to respond to that when he shows up, I've got to draw out even more of the Libras's power. That's right. After all, you still haven't been able to max it out, have you? I'll go ahead and try it. For me at least, rather than I'm, the way Guy was acting's got me worried. But be sure not to push yourself. After all, now that Esther and Carlos are both gone, if I wind up losing you as well, Chief, then who'd be there to give me back? And who'd be there to pay back my money? Huh? What are you doing, staring slack-jawed like that? Now that my sponsor's gone and so are most of my main busters, I've barely got anyone left to keep this lab afloat. And allow me to just tell you this. That debt you've got is something the lab lent you. I won't forgive you if you just leave it alone. Run off. Alright. Well, I'm pleased to see that you're at least doing as well as usual. Idiot. Did you say something? It's nothing. Alright, it's time to go ahead and count up your total. What was that? Was that an explosion? It isn't a good idea to focus on the impact, but if I wind up testing that in the lab's office again, there might be a couple of casualties. Oh well, it's fine. Besides, that's a good sound to mark the next bit of your debt paid off. Wait a minute. The result of this survey is 500,000 G. What's wrong? Am I dreaming? My chief, who's always so stingy, suddenly paying a huge amount of money? After all, it's not like I'm a demon or anything like that. Besides, I'm including an extra bit of money for you there for the fact that you were been able to make the Librasta move. You had to put your life on the line to do that. Or would you prefer me to include the fees for replacing the office glass after that explosion? No, I'm fine. It's for the sake of getting you fired up, use as many bombs or missiles or whatever as you need. So long as you understand, then everything's fine. By the way, I heard that you'd received a request from Miss Sumeragi? Yeah. Zero's actions are a bit worrying, so she wanted me to go observe him. If I do wind up taking that on, I'll be taking separate action and heading towards Area 11. On the other hand, if you go with the main fleet, you'll be heading towards the Dark Continent. By the way, what's the reward for your mission? I'll get lunch. What a cheap price. It's not like that. After all, Oh, in order to even earn a little bit more money towards my debt, I've been doing nothing but drinking sugar water for lunch.
Again?
Yes. If I wind up doing this, I'll at least be able to concentrate more on fighting. What a low level that is. And yet you're placing so much importance on it. Well, you need to really think about it before you do this. Yeah.
Alright, let's refresh the page.
Off to the Dark Continent? Or Area 11? To anyone in chat, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Which backup computer's not doing great right now, but...
And we cannot see now at the moment what anyone's saying, so...
Well, for a moment at least, we can switch over to the other Twitch page. Looks like nothing for now.
Alright. So, since no one seems to be saying anything, we shall take silence as acceptance and head towards the Dark Continent. Besides, special mini-map and one of the most hilarious attacks in the game. Alright, I've decided. As much as it pains me to let go of my lunch, I'm gonna refuse that request. I guess that means you're heading to the Dark Continent with the rest of the team. After all, if it really does come down to it, I can ask Gurren and Apollo to help to go out and hunt with me. Well, I mean, isn't that fine? Just be sure not to die of starvation before we meet next. And if you do wind up capturing any unusual specimens, I'll be willing to pay you for them. I'm counting on you. Mom. I'll be sure to bring back something you can eat. Palace in Salam. This is fine. After all, Margaret isn't an Arc-Saber anymore. Are you trying to cheer me up? That's right. After all, I'm your enemy. There's no way you'd show kindness to someone such as me. However, Your Highness, all of the Arc-Sabers are currently awaiting your words. Wayne. Your orders, Your Highness? All of the Arc-Sabers are more than prepared to put their lives on the line for whatever you decree. I'm so sorry. Everything is for the sake of the 5 billion citizens of Insalam. Tell this to the entire army. We shall bet everything we have on the final zone. Understood. Farewell, Margaret. For the sake of Insalam's future, I shall fight as well. Crowbroost. Remaining debt. 1,500,000 G.
And now, sub-orders.
Mm-hmm. Go or Takeru. I would drop Wufei for...
Oh,
yeah.
I thought I did drop Wufei.
No, you still have Wufei.
Who did I drop then?
Toga.
Oh.
That's Amuro.
Yeah, I see that.
No. Wufei's in the middle there.
Okay.
You've dropped Amuro now. Amuro's fairly important days. Not the most important after all, but fairly.
Yeah, Camille.
Camille, Shinobu, Kuro, Ryoma.
Crow, you can sit out for a bit.
Simone, Gainer, Basara. I'm sure Crow's more than happy to be earning money. Hello!
Hello.
So, for those who are just joining, we've already gone ahead and selected the route split here. We are heading to the Dark Continent.
For an amusing attack character, no. Serious, get out of here.
As when you head to the Dark Continent, you get a special little mini-map, which is quite unique. Gives you just a person for the stage. We get one of the most amusing attacks in the game we'll likely never see again. And we get the subpilot for the Gurren Lagann. On the other hand, if we went off to the Code Geass route, well, we'd only get a single guy who's really not that great. And no secrets.
Already have
No,
that.
there is a secret here, though.
There is a secret here. I guess I'll say for SP regen? I don't know. I'm not sure
Your
what to do with
decision.
them, so I'll just leave them there for now.
Has anyone else been pushed far enough to require? The Dan Cougar has. Well done, Final Dan Cougar.
Just quickly scanning everyone else.
Looks like no.
Okay. Good to
And
go.
Shiriko is your top pilot here without Hero. Alright. To the Dark Continent. Korohana Island. School. Hey teacher, are those Ayla's bad people? Teacher, Lady really is awesome, isn't she? But the fact that she's a queen means there's gotta be a king, right? Are there really a lot of people fighting across the world? But Lady Relina wants peace, right? Please, wait a minute. After all, if you ask all these questions at once, no one will be able to answer you. Yes, Miss Yomako. To begin with, about the A-laws. That's a hard question. Those people are supposed to be making the world a more peaceful place, but I think that they've got a slightly wrong way of doing it. But isn't Lady Relina going to stop the bad people? I wonder about that. After all, the world isn't a small enough place that a single person's power can change much. And that's why, once you all grow up and become members of society, you need to study a lot of things. Aw, I don't like studying. Come on, a child's job is to study, play, and grow up healthy. Fighting is the job of adults. Job of splendid adults. Splendid adults? I know, you're talking about those people from Team Daitarn, right? It's because people like that did their best that people were able to live on the surface again, right? And besides, even those people were kids once. But they wound up dealing with a lot of things and growing up into splendid adults. Were you a kid a long time as well, Miss Yomako? Of course. After all. Well, back then I had a lot of things I did. And me and my friends did everything we could for a better tomorrow. Even though some of them died. Teacher? But even so, that person's still here in my heart. And so I'll do everything I can. Hey, teacher. What is it, Nakim? Back when you came to this island and half a year ago, teacher, I was really happy. But I've stayed quiet this whole time. I have a feeling that once I say this, you're just going to wind up going off somewhere else. Teacher, are you possibly a part of Team Daitarn's... What was it? Was that an explosion? Everyone, hurry to the port! Wait a minute, Miss Yomako. Where are you going? Miss Yomako?
Real scene from Devil's Adder.
Okay,
That is Judao Ashta swinging on the Yakushiki's antenna.
okay. Gunmen? Were they the ones who caused that explosion? What a stupid out-of-the-way island this is. Oh well. From today on, we're the kings of this island. Ha ha ha. What leads you into that Queen Relina lady? Asha, we need to hurry up and evacuate. No, my legs won't stop shaking. Oh, looks like there are some cute brats over there. Perfect timing. We'll take them as hostages and force the people of this island to do as we wish. I won't let that happen. Miss Yomiko? Pull back, both of you. What's with you? Looks like you never went to school. What? Before asking someone else's name, you need to give your own. I'm Yomiko, one of the teachers at this island school. How interesting. You think that a teacher like you could take us on? You're the one who needs to go back to school, teacher. Fine. Just so long as you intend to learn. But as you wish. Well then, as you wish, I'll go ahead and start the lesson.
And now
We have
Yoko
on her hover scooter. Firepower level 2, support attack level 3. All support attacks are crits. Hit and away, will up. Size SS.
There really are very few
Look
sizes.
at the armor.
Oh god,
100
HP.
armor, 100 HP.
100 energy.
Has electromagnetic rifle.
24 shots.
Please note she has wall and guard if you want to apply one of those. I don't think you should need it, but you may as well go ahead and apply wall. Just in case. This is going to show up on the test, so be sure to remember it. Don't cause other people trouble. I still have a reason to fight.
Wow, that looks a lot better than the Yoko sprite in Z2-1.
It's been a long while, partner, but I'm counting on you. So much damage. You're making me angry! So I have still got it.
Unlike in Z2-1, you can actually see her face. And it doesn't look like a potato.
No matter what happens, even if someone hits you, you don't hit back! Don't force others to follow your will. Take this! Yeah, like missile launchers are going to work. If you just attack pointlessly, that's what happens. But yep, just like in the anime.
You know, I'm glad that G Gundam is in T. Even though it isn't really in T.
Why?
It means that sprites exist for at least the God Gundam. So going forward, we might get more G Gundam in series.
It's quite possible. Unfortunately, out of range here. Out of the way! We beastmen are passing through!
What is this thing? Is it a tapir? An
I
anteater?
I think anteater, but yeah, tapir's probably more likely.
They have similar snouts after all.
After all, tapirs are decently common to see in things because, I mean, you've got the, trying to remember what it is. The Dream Eaters. Wakamu? Something like that.
I couldn't tell you, but I do know the Dream Eaters.
They are basically just giant dream-eating tapirs. Let me look that up quickly. I love Japanese mythology and monsters.
Most mythology is interesting.
The Baku. Japanese supernatural beings said to devour dreams and nightmares. It refers to both the traditional dream-devouring creature and the Malayan tapir.
Okay.
So yes, tapirs will devour your dreams. That can be good or bad, so...
Unlike... What's the other thing?
And this ends the lesson. You failed. Damn it! We need to release something here before Kamina City falls. What did you say? That city's already over. So is this entire country. What's happening in Kamina City? Miss Yomako?
What's the thing we see in a lot of hot springs?
Monkeys, and the other thing you may be thinking of is capybaras.
Capybara. That's what I was thinking of.
Capybaras love hot springs, apparently. I don't know why this is a thing, but yeah, capybaras and hot springs is a thing in Japan. Are you really leaving, Miss Yomako? Yeah, it looks like something's happening in Kamina City. It's at times like this that adults have to fight. You really were Miss Yoko, Team Daitarn, weren't you? No. For you all, at least, I'll always be Miss Yomako. Miss Yomako! I'll definitely come back. No, I'll definitely go ahead and take back you guys' future here. Just wait for me. Once I get back, you'll be need to prepare for more tests. Huh? We don't need that. No, after all, that is a teacher's job. See you all, everyone. Dark Continent. Back to the tower. Looks like even the Dark Continent was affected by the Wiseman shock. Let's see. Thanks to that communication jacking, the entire world got wrapped up in a single instant. Let's see. Even out here, we'd been taken over by the Alaw's some, so there was quite a shock. Let's see. That Roshu guy who took over as Supreme Commander in Simone's place, in order to quell the civilians' riots and panic, he even wound up mobilizing the military. Although, thanks to the emergence of Queen Relina, all of that negativity disappeared rather quickly. Even in a faraway continent such as this, her actions in the Sank Kingdom were known, and so she was able to gather quite a bit of support. Couldn't imagine she was that important. Federation's representative. Someone who can gather and calm the hearts of the people. Since it's come to this, we just have to pray that her charisma isn't used for evil. A leader who's able to move the hearts and minds of their people. Even if they're different types of people, she kind of reminds me of Big Bro. Captain, we're receiving a transmission from Commander Kitten. Send it to the main monitor. It's been a while, Hayato. No. Although I can't imagine you doing poorly. Looks like you're doing well, Kitten. Someone's there too, huh? If that's the case, this will be quick. What's wrong? Something happening? Please. Save Kamina City. Huh? Let's see. Although the chaos with his feelings may have calmed down, anti-Federation guerrilla groups, mainly comprised of beastmen, scarred a major riot. What? Unlike the small-scale things we've had happen recently, they've got quite the people with them. The riot spread in an instant. At this rate, they're almost going to reach the city. Why aren't the Alaws doing anything to help? After all, at a time like this, shouldn't they be doing their so-called peacekeeping? Russia's afraid that if the Alaws get involved, things are going to get even worse. He's asked us to do something with just the Grapparel squads. But those guerrillas have got even higher morale than we do. Even if we win in the end, there won't be a single thing left of this city. Is this a formal request from the government? No. Wrong. This is something I'm putting my neck on the line for. Sorry, Simone. For someone like you who got kicked out, I know it must feel bad to have a request like this. But even so, for the sake of my niece who's just been born, please, protect this city. Sayaka and Kyo's kid's been born? Yeah, right in the middle of that Wiseman shock. What's the name? Her name's Anne. It's a good name. Simone? After all, for kids who've just been born like that, it's no sin to live in peace. And after all, protecting people like that is our job. Deciding everything in an instant like that is a bad habit of yours, Simone. Hayato. Alright. Activate the tower! We're heading towards Kamina City at full speed! Simone? Hayato? Just you wait, kitten. I'll definitely protect the city the town that bears my brother's name. Even with everything that's happened. And from now on, too. Counting on you, Simone. Yeah. Please be safe. Chapter 38. Confessions of Despair is one possible translation of this. Not too much stuff here. But oh, there's the problem. The Anti-Federation guerrillas have shown up. Commander Roshu, the guerrillas have entered the city. The response of the Grapple Squad? We've already prepared them. They have far greater numbers, but we should have far greater firepower. There's no way we'll lose. But if this fight drags on too long, the entire city will be destroyed. So it looks like we've finally reached the capital. How do you feel? How are you feeling, Viral? Feeling a bit better now? Or at least Viral. Don't forget that he was for picking your carcass up out of the desert. I don't remember asking any of you that. You! Leave it at that, can you? After all, don't go saying foolish things like that before the climax here. Do as you like, Viral. After all, you're already the 4th member of our group. Allow me to thank you. Don't say stuff like that. It's not in your character. Alright then, let's start the fireworks show. Wait a minute, something's coming! Deploy 2 battleships. The moon is out.
Deploy 2 battleships.
Your choice.
Either one of them will work.
Yeah. I tend to think the Ptolemaeus is an okay idea if you're planning on not using the Freedom or Justice.
Yeah.
Deploy your 20 people.
All the usual deploys. Jericho's actually getting deployed for once.
For once?
Yeah.
It's been a while since you've deployed him. Yes. So, the Walker Gallier should be auto-deployed, and the Gurren Lagann should be auto-deployed, and you'll get another unit by the end. One we haven't seen yet here, but who's been in the background. He hasn't shown up in this one yet. But I mean, hey, that's kind of his role. Think about who really needs the kills.
Yeah.
I would take the Solar Gravian out. The Solar Gravian's quite high level.
It is high level, but it still needs...
Yes.
Oh, in that case, yeah, I can easily get that through sub-orders.
What I was going to say is something about the fact that, with its level, it won't be getting any EXP for taking out, like, anyone.
I don't care about that as much. Levels are not highly important in these games. More important is how much you upgrade your units.
Be careful with your grounded characters. Not that you've got too many of them. Going to fit King Gainer into the loop of Basara?
Yeah.
Look at that queue! It's the Gurren Lagann in the tower! Simone, you really came? Look, Anne! There's nothing to fear! Adorable baby. It's fine, Anne. Since Simone's here, I'm sure everything will work out. Simone. Simone. Rashu, leave the rest to us. Draw the Grub squad back. I don't need to take your orders. Even if you say that, Zexus is also a part of the Federation military. Protecting the citizens is our protecting the citizens of member nations is our job. Mr. Rashu, please leave this to us. Rashu. Have the Grub squad retreat. Yeah. Why do these guys always get in the way when things are getting good? I guess guess I really was just born under an unlucky star here. This is a good opportunity. I'll pay back all the debts I've incurred. Ah, well. I guess I ought to learn from Kanyu here and be a bit more positive about it. So you finally understood my true worth. Simone. Viral. He's here too? Oh, hey, Tip and Beck and that loudmouth trooper guy are here too. Looks like they're the ones pulling the strings behind this riot. Think that they were able to put together this much of a group. Aren't they making a horrible use of their talents? You aren't thinking that you've joined the wrong organization, have you? Don't even joke about that. Even I have things I'm not willing to do. Hi, Coney. In your case, it'd be nice if you had even a little bit of the skill I'm had at lying. We need to clean this up as quick as we can in order to prevent damage to the town. To think that even if, since I've come this far, I still have to deal with that thug. By the way, Roger, where were you? Where were you yesterday off on some separate deployment? I'd been sent off to Area 11 for a while. Something to do with Zero? Something like that. But this was just a personal interest of mine. Don't worry about it. And that alone tells us we have enough 0 points to decide at the end of the game.
Nice.
Gurren, did you wind up preparing the thing I asked? Yeah, but what are you intended on doing with this ridiculously stupid huge missile? It had been in the warehouse the whole time, and it doesn't have any controls or locks or guidance or anything. Ah, so long as it flies, it'll be fine. We can fill the rest with guts! Ah, if that's the case, do what you want! Good luck, Jiron! Simone, we're leaving Viral to you. Put an end to this! It's what I intend to do. I'll put an end to the fate we've had. I'd intended to just go on a journey without any means or goals. But since he's appeared, these flames in my heart have started up once again. Viral. My pointless life ends here! I'll put an end to this fight! Come along with me, Simone! Come at me! I'll open your eyes here since you've been trapped by the past so long! So, within 3 turns, destroy all other enemies and then fulfill the victory condition of destroying the Black Alley, Back the Great RX, Bloodsucker, and Enkidudu. It does not say anything about them retreating.
Give me just a moment. Alright.
So yes, we have here, at the very bottom... One ammo. ICBM toss.
Ignore size?
Ignore size.
As it should.
But it does not deal with barriers. It's just an ICBM toss.
It's a hulking large missile.
Yep. Please do try and get that activated by the end of the fight.
Oh, I will for sure. And the other thing to check...
Yes,
yep.
It has a hero seal equipped.
How many landed units do I have? Just
You have
those
Chirko
two.
and the Big O. Don't forget, what's his name? No, don't. Sara.
Right. There we go. Just to make sure I'm putting it on the right spot.
Mm-hmm. Hot blood?
Nah.
I
Hot
think
blood
it's
is not
fine.
needed here. Okay, it's gone up to 9 thanks to song energy boosts.
Mm-hmm. Even if he isn't an ace yet. Scrender Cutter. Scrender Cutter versus Gurren Lagann enemies. Should be a decent match.
Cheap accelerate.
Danku Sword.
Block better.
Why would you use the Tomahawk when you've got the Getter Beam, which is barely more expensive? It's just because you haven't really used this.
Yeah.
He gets 2 of them. The Black Getter is far more vicious than the standard.
I mean, you can tell that just by looking at it.
Well, you can tell it's edgier just by looking at it.
Nah, I'd say you can tell it's more violent just by looking at its eyes.
Its scarred eyes.
Its eyes that have clearly gone insane.
Not clearly, just probably. Beam machine gun. Gatling gun pod.
Gatling gun pod is exactly what it sounds like.
It's a gun pod, but into Gatling gun. Super Robot Army.
Stupid long range!
For a moment I was shocked that there wasn't a change of sound, but no, they're both still Gutter Robo.
Yep.
As the army attacks. You'd really think it would do more damage than it usually does, but...
I mean, look at these things. I'm not sure they were...
They're
all
clearly
look,
mass-produced.
I was going to say, they all look like they were designed by Beck. Most of their arms don't move.
Well, I mean... They were designed for mass production. Yeah, that'll probably work.
Go ahead and get a kill, Giron.
I mean, for all I know, the Walker Gallier might actually be a decent unit.
Oh, it is a decent unit. Especially with
Not
its ace
quite.
bonus.
Which is a massive buff when under 30% HP, right?
No. Better. As long as nothing outright kills him, he cannot die.
What?
At start of turn, if his HP is below 30%, auto-cast Guts.
Okay. Well,
So basically, if he doesn't die on a turn, he can't die. I'm wording that terribly, but you understand.
he's the kind of guy who doesn't die even if you do kill him.
Much to,
Timp's chagrin.
yes. Then again, Timp is the man who walked away from a nuclear explosion. And I do mean lackadaisically walked,
Yeah, he didn't care about it.
because he forgot it was happening.
That's why.
Yes, there was
He just forgot about a nuclear explosion.
He forgot about the nuclear explosion that was being started by
The innocent?
Giron,
Okay.
destroying an innocent core. As he was faking his death and then went, alright, starts walking off, explosion occurs, and thus he runs for a second and goes flying. Because apparently you can outrun a nuclear explosion.
But only if you're in a cartoon of some kind.
Timp is not...
Smart.
No, he's clearly smart, he just isn't intelligent.
I'm surprised you're not using the beam drive unit. It's stronger and you have energy regenerate.
I really wasn't thinking. It's long and the short of it. Fly.
Shin gets to go again.
Shin gets to go again and destroy something off here.
Important note. Remember the SR point is kill everyone else and then fulfill the victory condition. It isn't don't kill any of the others before killing everything else. It's just make sure to get rid of everything before you defeat all 4 of them.
Is it light waste? Yes, but
Not
might as
really.
well.
Viral, are you gonna do this no matter what? Sorry, Simone, but the 2 of us really do need to fight. But that'll be only until today. I'll put an end to this now. Fine, Viral. You come out with your full strength, I'll just exceed that. Come at me. No matter who wins or loses, we won't have any regrets. It's our final fight. As the drill revolves, it advances that much further.
It's a good final fight. Movie version's even better.
Mine is the drill that will create the heavens. For anyone who has not watched Gurren Lagann, it is a very good show, especially by the end. Just, for the love of God, skip episode 4, I believe.
Is that... I was gonna say, is that Emo Simone, but that's way too early to be
No.
Emo Simone.
Episode 4 is the episode that almost trashed the entire series.
Oh, where they tried a completely different art style and it didn't work?
It wasn't the art style, it was the directorial style, I believe. They had like a weirdly disjointed style that they had apparently planned on using for the rest of the series, but the fan response to it was so bad that it almost canned the entire series. So they immediately backpedaled on that. Good job, Final Dan Cougar.
Not that it matters, given that he doesn't have his ace bonus yet, but...
It's fine.
I wonder if his ace bonus is better in this one.
Photon Energy Beam. That's an attack we don't see often. You should have turned that on. He's trying to use his full weapon combination.
Don't care.
Did you see the overkill?
No, I wasn't actually. I didn't really pay
It dealt
attention.
twice the health of the enemy.
I don't think it did. I think it dealt about 1.5 times.
It dealt 12,000 energy. The enemy had 6,000 to 7,000.
Did it? I thought it dealt 8,000.
It looked like 12 to me. Starting to run low on energy, but at least you have that energy recovery, I believe.
Yep. The Daitarn energy transfer.
No, that's not Wyatt.
Isn't it?
No. It should not have energy recovery because of Daitarn energy transfer.
It does have a 10% energy recovery built into it.
Yeah, I don't think that's the reason it does. I'm pretty sure the reason it does is because it has, a nuclear generator. That's the reason that the Freedom and Justice have them.
Out of curiosity, Daitarn energy transfer. Did it work like it should in J?
No, because Daitarn energy transfer wasn't a thing in J. J only had Seed Standard. That was Seed Destiny.
Ah. Go for
Photon Energy Beam!
It'll take some damage, but go for it.
Sayaka. In her cowboy hat mech. At least I always think of that as being a cowboy hat. Photon Energy Beam! From the
That looks like
spikes.
That looks more like Space Thunder.
Meh.
Since isn't the Space Thunder generated from the horns?
Yeah. But you also have to remember this is from much later on, so they can feel free to steal whatever influences they want.
Just barely not.
I mean, who really cares? Shin is destroying everything.
Yeah, Shin is the wrecker of worlds, it seems.
Timp He's just using his rifle. You can be happy about
Okay.
that.
I was gonna say, it's not the Black Alley full power, right?
Nope, just rifle. Better at sniping. You can't take me out. I'll fill you full of holes.
That the Black Alley does not have that attack in this.
What?
Its faithfully recreated animation attack. Hand Gatling gun. Its hand is a Gatling gun, and in the very next shot, it's suddenly a normal hand again, with no explanation.
Wow.
What?
He had a crazy good hit chance.
Him?
Simone. Look at that.
Yeah,
It's an armored trooper.
It's not just an armored trooper. It's a bloodsucker armored trooper. He's not in a marshdock anymore. Not a marshdock. He's not in a diving beetle anymore. Someone gave him money.
It was probably all borrowed from Beck
Oh yeah, almost certainly.
at exorbitant interest rates.
Or possibly stolen.
Yes, Beck stole it, and then Kanyu borrowed it at an exorbitant rate.
You're still in range of the Danku cannon.
Final Danku cannon.
You're still in range, Beck.
This will hurt, but... Beck the Great RX-3. His giant boomerang thing. Slash. It looks like it's supposed to be some sort of ancient martial arts move. Ultimate evil. Now, take this! My ultimate attack! Wind gods!
I was going to say, it had an 88% chance to hit. I'm really hoping it misses. Not because it would hurt, just because I wanted to see it
Just
miss.
because Beck. Because Beck is an idiot, and it is no less than he deserves to completely whiff that attack.
On a super robot.
Yep.
It wouldn't be as bad as missing a battleship, but...
But still, it's Beck. He could find a way to screw it up. You know this is true.
We've still got at least 2 battleships coming, don't we?
Yes, you do.
Well, 1.5.
Huh? Did something hit us, T-Bone? It's nothing to worry about, boss! And he's not saying it with a panicked voice there, either. He's being completely serious. But yes, Chapter 43, Earth Route, gets you the Dragon's Hive. And the Dankuger gets the final Danku Ken. No, the final Danku Koga Ken. Perfect.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sure, watch one. Because Final Danku Sword and Danku Kogaken.
Yeah.
Written interestingly from what I remember. The Danku Kogaken's awesome.
Let's see. So yes, Chapter 41 to 43 is a route split. The next route split. We have to decide between staying on Earth in Japan and having a lot of super robot stuff, or going out to space to see one of the most hilarious units in the game and getting a secret. If we stay on Earth, we'll get Boss Boro, which is Boss Boro.
How?
The Venus A will get better with its Mazinger core attack. And the Mazinger Z, hi mouse, will unlock its God Scrander, giving us one of the best theme songs in the game. Hi mouse. How are you? Feel free to settle. The shuttle of Trider 7 will get busted up and replaced. The Trider will unlock the Trider Lure attack. Zambot 3 will gain the Zambot combination attack. Baldios will gain the Baldio Riser. God Sigma will earn the Trinity Wing, and Daitarn will get the Great Knot Punisher.
Sorry to interrupt you for a moment. No, not. Dang it, I'm out of range. Wait.
What's wrong?
No, I'm out of range. I thought I was within range, but no.
Martin range to pull off the missile?
Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm
sure he'll get it eventually.
He's got high enough will, just not. Resume? What you were saying?
And then finally, on the Earth route, we get the God Sigma Gravian, not to be confused with the God Sigma Standard. This is a Gravian unit. Yes, there were conversations about that in the original Z. And the God Sigma Gravian and Soul Gravian have a combo attack. So that's neat. We get the Dragon's Hive, which is, as we've seen before, the base of the Den Cougar Nova. Yes, their home base is a battleship in its own right. And the final Den Cougar gets the final Danku Kogaken. However, if we go out into space, we get, for the first stage, the first half of the first stage, the most hilarious unit in the game. Armored Clan. Otherwise known as Clan from Macross Frontier wearing a fighter plane.
No, not wearing a fighter plane. Better than a fighter plane. She's wearing a fast pack. She's wearing one of the super packs, and that's it.
So
as far as
basically,
armor goes.
There's a scene in Macross Frontier where the heroes are trapped on the island, have no way of getting to their Valkyries. And so their plan is, we're going to have Clan Macronize and just kit her out in all of the remaining aircraft gear we've got lying around in order to go out and fight the Vajra. That will also be an example of Super Robot Wars makes things better, as they prevent a death.
Wrong.
Yes, they did that in the movies, but this isn't mostly taking from the movies.
Correct. However, it's because of the movies that one is the case.
Either way.
Alright.
In addition, all of our Valkyries, other than Basara, will obtain reactive weaponry, which is very, very powerful nukes. And the Macross Frontier Valkyries will unlock Micro-Dimension Eater bombs, which are a very small range but post-movement map attack. So that is a very nice thing. We will gain, on Chapter 42, the Berserga again after a long time, Chiriko's girlfriend Fiona, and Chiriko's old friend Grigor. And then in Scenario 43, Chiriko will get a Rabidly dog. He'll get 2 new scope dogs, and if we do a secret, he'll get a 3rd new scope dog, one that's outfitted with missile pods. And that is one of the few remaining secrets in the game, so unless people say otherwise, we're probably going to go for that. And then the chapter after that, lots of good stuff happens. The most important thing that happens on Chapter 44 is, we get the Getter team. The Getter team gets back to the Getter team. Ryoma, Hayato, and Benkei are in the Shin Getter 1, 2, and 3. And we get the Stoner Sunshine.
What? When did...
What?
Route split.
Oh, he got put back in it. Oops.
Not the worst thing ever, but route split.
Oh well. It's fine. It's absolutely fine that we don't have Quattro back in the Tourney. We'll just need to remember for next chapter.
Single target. Moonlight Butterfly. Will you survive this?
I won't let this world turn out like the Black History.
You know, I don't think there's enough technology to turn to silicon in there.
In the Beck the Great X3?
Yeah,
Questionable.
that did far less damage than I was hoping.
But you inflicted armor down. So that's important.
Alright.
Going to give the kill to them and not to the Mazinger?
Yeah, I'm going to give that kill to them rather than the Mazinger. For the primary reason of...
Luck.
Yeah. Spending it on them rather than anyone else. And I'm certain someone has, just in case.
Yep.
Because of course he has strong prevail.
He's back.
The type
He
of
is the kind of guy who will come back time and time and time again like a cockroach, so...
He won't die even if you kill him, because you can't kill him.
He's not as much of a cockroach as Kan Yu, but... Hello, mouse. Are you going to join us again?
That's because Kan Yu is one of the very rare instances of Super Robot Wars making something worse.
By the fact that he shows up so many times?
Yeah, he should be dead multiple times by now.
But no, Kan Yu will carry over into Z3 even, so...
He dies in the Kuman arc.
Damn it! My robot! Or back.
Or back.
He invested a considerable amount of time and effort into building that. Imagine how you'd feel if the boss Boro exploded.
Perfectly fine.
Imagine how Boss would feel if the boss Boro exploded. What's with this? Thanks to these guys who wound up showing up afterwards again, my nice plan wound up going to ruin! For a cut-rate thug such as you, this is as far as you go. Hurry up and head back to jail. Ah, shut it, you crow! I don't intend to listen to your lectures! Today's failure shall be the seeds of tomorrow's victory! I'll be sure to have a huge firework prepared for next time! Isn't that what he always says? Well, for someone like him with such a limited vocabulary, that may be fine enough. Yes, he does have a very limited vocabulary, as the low-grade thug he is in series, despite the fact he may have been far greater than that at one point. Oh well.
He was a star!
He was head of the Paradigm Corporation at one point. Apparently. Maybe. Judging by what I saw in Z3. I still have yet to see Season 2 of The Big O.
Because you can't find it anywhere.
How's Jiren's health looking? Okay, he's fine. It looked like he was pretty injured when you were mousing over him. It's good to know that is not the case. You are not going to ace the DX, but the DX's ace bonus makes it so that it has
Luck every turn.
luck every turn, so very good for earning money.
That's just because I don't find the DX to be particularly useful. Because there weren't many stages with the moon out.
Probably the only reason I found it very useful is because I went on the route which picked it up very early, so
Yeah,
it was one of my main units early in the game.
probably is.
Instinct.
Kan Yu.
And he's going to try assault combat on you.
He had an 80% hit chance after all. It's probably
It's
the only
just the
attack that reaches
idea.
the sky.
No, he's got a machine gun. Or some kind of gun. Mouse, do not hunt the coney.
Mouse. Then get your cap.
Alright.
I moved him once, but...
Please, you snack from the case. If it's what you desire, I will gladly hug you more. Give you more attention. That isn't what you want? Okay, boy. Okay, my mouse cat. Just relax on my lap here.
These are the only enemies left. Yes.
Yeah, that's below 10%.
Yep. Perfect.
So Chirico should be pretty untouchable.
That will probably get the kill.
Yeah, especially double hit.
So let's go ahead and bless. At least. Yeah, sure, do both.
Alright, Viral. This is a game! Why did you extend that so much, Gainer? Quotes.
Could also possibly have gotten killed with Mollinger, but... nah.
Split it in two. And if this strike isn't enough, well, you've got a second. Nope, just barely not.
Alright, Mollinger, you get the kill.
You accelerated him.
On?
You can still put luck on if you want.
I've got 2 more things that can cast luck next turn, so why not?
Careful, cat. Your claws, they are sharp, and I do not want them shredding my pants.
I can at least do this.
Take this, Viral. This should be enough to defeat him. Something as powerful as the Mazinger. Since Mazinger's always one of the top tanks you get.
Surpassed typically only by, like, Shin-Getter.
No, I don't think of
Great
the Shin-Getter
Mazinger.
as a greater tank.
Great Mazinger. Mazin Kaiser.
So this is it. Sorry I pushed you so far. Hero's Mark acquired. With this, I've done everything I can. And Kidudu, thanks for staying with me until now. Viral, this is my loss, Simone. You are strong. Viral, that guy and you. Looks like you've got a bond exceeding that of mere enemies, huh? That might be so. For me, Viral's something more than just an enemy. If that's the case, believe in him. After all, there's no way a guy you believe in would go down that easily. I guess you're right. After all, he's always shown up before me again, hasn't he? That he has.
Alright, now all that's left is
Timp and the Bloodsucker, and be sure not to kill both of them so that you can show off the ICBM.
I'll go ahead and try and take down
Photon Energy Beam. Impossible! I'm using one of the Red Shoulder Special Armored Troopers, but so I can't win! Looks like this was an ill-fated machine. That's all there is to it.
silence.
At least say something. He's a former commander of yours, right? I have no interest in him. Well, I guess there's nothing to be said about that.
And I guess I'll just wait.
Out of curiosity, is that the end of stage?
No.
No. So be prepared.
Yeah, I am being prepared.
Oh, right, because you still have to deal with that.
That's always a good sign. Yes!
Oh, here we go.
I knew he'd do it.
How much of a pain can you be, Tim? Things are different this time. With the soldiers I've prepared, I should be able to deal with you. Ah, quit acting all high and mighty. As if someone such as you has any right to look down on me. Just you wait, Tim. This time I'll be sure to drag you down. As if I'd let that happen. I definitely won't give you this position I've put in my blood, sweat, and tears to get. Falls over as she's
long
shooting.
rifle. For long range shooting.
Yes, it's not even that he was lying down to shoot prone, it's that he just fell over.
Timp is the most worthless
No.
character.
The ICBM toss. Incoming!
Oh, could you see Jiron in the windshield?
Maybe. Come back! This guy! Alright, let's go! Turn to dust! Bink.
Real attack from the show.
Big
Kamina
mushroom
City is
cloud.
no more.
Yes, I'm afraid that there's nothing left of Kamina City now, Jiren. Are you really happy about this?
Of course he is. If Timp dies, he's happy with anything.
A glorious attack, that is. So, send whoever you can to deal with Temp. Who will be best at getting rid of him? Temp's probably got a hyper veil.
First things first. Destiny.
A weapon combination? Or just the Excalibur?
Nah, yeah, full weapon combination.
Yeah, and he's finally down to using the Black Alley full power.
Because range.
Mm-hmm. Even so, he's still got a 13% chance to hit with that rifle.
That would probably kill those, the problem. I don't want to kill with this attack.
Because you want to ace the Mazinger.
I want that Mazin power. I don't even know if this will kill, but might as well try.
Yep. Perfect.
Level 50, 70 kills.
Hot blood acquired. At above 130 will, deal an additional 20% damage. I can't let this happen. I must have mistaken this for my lucky day. This isn't a problem. I must have missed my time to retreat. This isn't a problem of when to retreat. The fact that you came out here is the problem. This was wrong. Sorry, pal. But unlike a certain starry-eyed guy, I'm not the protagonist of a story. So I'll be sure to survive here. See you later! What was he saying? I have no idea, but it sounds like he's gonna show up again. Come at me if you think you can, Timp. I'll take you on at any time.
SR point acquired. The stage continues.
Captain, even more gorillas are emerging. There are more of them than expected. If you're gonna come back here, please wait. Nia? The princess. It's dangerous to be there. Wait a minute, everyone. But Simone? I'm sure that Nia's got something she's thinking. Let's leave it to her. To everyone out there who's dissatisfied with the government, I understand what you're all thinking. No. I don't really understand what you're thinking. That's most likely because I'm currently very happy. What is Miss Nia saying? I don't really understand, but is it some sort of lecture? Every day I get to eat delicious food, sleep in a soft bed, and be surrounded by people I love. No, surrounded by people who care for me. And there's someone who's very important to me. Nia. Just recently, one of my friends had an adorable baby born. Whenever I see that child, everything that I feel sad about or worried about just flies away. If you'd like, why don't you all come and see the baby with me? If you don't feel happy now, let's all feel happy together. After all, if you do something like stealing away others' happiness by fighting, I'm certain you'll regret it later. And so please, throw away your weapons. If there's something you're still unhappy about, let's talk about it. And let's all be happy together. The gorillas retreated? Is this because of Miss Nia's words? I'm certain that if anyone else had said that, they just would have made him even angrier. But the reason it didn't is because of her own persuasive skills. Her warm kindness was been able to calm the hearts of those gorillas. As expected of the former princess. She won't lose even to Queen Relina. That's a good song. Thank you, everyone. You've all done very well, Zexus. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, Simone. Are you hungry? Come to think of it, let's head back home. The battle's already over. I've prepared plenty of food. Of course for everyone in Zexus as well. That's fine. I'm sure everyone will be happy. Well then. By the way, Nia, there's something I wanted to give you. Is this a ring? Nia, What's wrong, Nia? Simone! Nia! Nia? Let's see. Greetings to Earth-based humanity. We, the anti-spiral lifeform anti-spirals, have determined that the Earthling's spiral danger level has risen to the 2nd stage. With this, the human annihilation system is entering phase 1. What are you saying, Nia? I remembered. What? The fact that the two of us can never be together.
Connie.
The spiral nemesis will destroy this world. In order to prevent that, we, the anti-spiral, exist. Have you got a fever or something? You're saying stuff I understand even less than usual. Simone, the core drill that you carry is the symbol of the spiral nemesis. That power, spiral energy, will destroy this universe. Spiral energy? Spiral energy is the power of evolution. See. Life forms which possess spiral power in a galaxy which possesses spiral life forms continue to generate spiral energy without end. That is the law of the universe. However, that shall not be permitted. The anti-spiral have already refused and denied spiral energy. What are you doing, Nia? See. 10 billion life forms have been confirmed. Human annihilation system activating phase 1. Allow me to repeat. Human annihilation system entering phase 1. Yeah! What's the person saying? Said something about a human annihilation system? What the hell's happening? What's happening with Nia? The dimensional boundaries above the sky are resonating. Something's coming. Unknowns have appeared. They're completely different than anything we have on record. Is that the human annihilation system Nia was talking about? Farewell, Simone. Nia, but that's... Nia. Get a hold of yourself, Simone! They're coming. Coming?
Cool.
The metal beasts! The invaders are here? So the human annihilation system is activated. It's all because of that abyss, isn't it? Corwin, Stinger! You know what those unknowns are? Of course. There is nothing in this universe that we do not know. At the same time, we shall continue dealing with them. Our goals align. Yes, the annihilation of humanity. So you're coming at us separately to try to crush us? Now then, humans. Let's see how well you can do. Good luck. We're going to enjoy this fight. Those bastards! Wait a minute, Roma. We need to take on the metal beasts they've left. Metal beasts and those faceless things first. As opposed to the gunmen, let's call them Mugan, which stands for faceless. Mugan? Miss Nia, what's happening? Human annihilation system, phase 1. Activate. Stop it! Stop it, Nia! It's far too late for that. All that awaits humanity is the darkness of despair. Is that so? That's... Daitarn! Come here! For the sake of this world, for the sake of the people, the sun that breaks through the dark evil, Daitarn 3! If you do not fear this, the light of this sun, then come at me! It's Mr. Poncho! We've been waiting for him. Poncho? What are you doing, Simone? But Nia's... You're the man who's in charge of this here. You don't have the time to stop around. It's pointless. Simone is already amidst the darkness of despair. Is that so, Nia? No matter how dark the mists may be, the sun shall always shine. Simone! And what you're aiming for is a place even higher than that sun! Place even higher than the sun?
Hello.
That's right, Simone. That's what's common entrusted to you. You swore you'd keep on moving. So stand up. Up. Show me the man I believe in. The man who believes in me. The me who Bro believed in. After all, more than anything else, you're the man who's fought on believing in yourself, aren't you? Viral. Simone! Mr. Simone! How foolish. I don't know if it's foolish until I've tried, do I, Nia? After all, I would have let them get away. You finally awakened, Thanks to you, Viral. You aren't the only one who's awakened here. After all, since I lost to you, my fight has ended. And so, I've determined to see with these eyes the Spiral King lent me just how far you'll go. If that's the case, I think I can prepare a special seat for you. Simone. Simone! Simone and Viral are both safe, huh? Viral, We're gonna go with that! That? Good idea. The two paths of the humans and beasts, they twist together and form a spiral! The enemy of with my enemy of yesterday, we'll break across fate! And with these hands, we'll grab hold of tomorrow! Destined combination! Gurren Lagann! Who the hell do you think we are? Viral. I'll try out Gurren Lagann's power. Go ahead and do it, Simone. Show me your way of life. Well done, Simone. Only at this time, and would legendary Banjo Huron have his spotlight stolen by Simone? Alright, Banjo, Cape. We've got to show off our skills so we won't lose to Simone. But even if I want to say it, it won't work unless we've got Trader, Zambot, and Daitarn out. There's nothing to be done about that, President. After all, we'll just need to wait until next time to do that. How pointless. Just you wait, Nia. I'll be sure to break that and we're gonna take you back. The guys who made you that way, those anti-spiral whatchamacallits, I'll definitely find them. Defeat the upper class Mugan. And now, we have the Gurren Lagann with its subpilot, Viral, who has Guts, Wall, Trust, Will Up, Ignore defensive skills, and his ace bonus is plus 50% damage on counterattacks.
Okay.
In addition, we should now have new attacks. The Double Spiral Boomerang and the Giga Drill Maximum.
Okay. I was expecting that to be stronger.
And then finally, just quickly, we
Banjo
have
Huron.
Daitarn 3. Prevail level 7. Good luck. Will Up.
Hello.
Counter level 5.
This is a rarely seen cat.
Hi, Coney. Sword equipped, shield equipped, transformable. Daitarn Snapper, Daitarn Missile, Daitarn Fan, Daitarn Hammer, Daitarn Cannon, Javelin, Sun Attack, Random Shooting, Sun Attack.
I don't mind if you scratch this chair.
How are you, Coney?
Because this chair is highly expendable.
Hi, Coney. The Daitarn 3. Awakened at last.
I don't know. It's been a bit since the Invincible Trio's been in a Super Robot Wars, I believe.
At least not the whole trio, but Trider at least is in T.
But the whole trio, it's kind of a package deal.
Yeah, not necessarily. After all, who wants to survive through the depressingness of whatchamacallit,
Zambot. You don't have to show the story of Zambot, but, you know, Zambot itself is good. It's good to have with the others. What did I just pick up?
Will Up.
Will Up.
Spirit.
That actually is fairly useful.
Just go with Guts. Guts can get you through anything.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that. Guts cannot pay bills.
They can if you're able to film yourself and get enough people to watch you doing something stupid with your guts.
Yes, that also leads to death most of the time.
Eh. Zambot 3's second episode ties in with Mazinger's The Infinity involving igniting Mount Fuji.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I mean, lots of people in Japan know that there's that the threat of Mount Fuji erupting is, you know, a major possibility and problem.
Okay, that's
it's just
why.
ignored.
I was just thinking they're not making Mount Fuji erupt, but merely igniting the mountain on fire.
No, I mean, what point would there be to igniting a mountain on fire? They're talking about igniting the volcano.
Well, there is a very simple point.
Because it is an active volcano, remember, not a dormant one.
There's a very simple reason why you would do that. Why you would light a mount on fire. To prove a point. Or
Yes.
send a message.
But what sort of villain do you think would have their evil plan's centerpiece be ignite the mountain on fire and just have a burning mountain?
This is a Super Robot series, man. Anything goes.
Yes, but one of those was made 2 years ago. So I don't think,
No, I meant for Yoshiyuki Tomino's Zambot.
Yes. But if they're part of that's being used in a more recent series as well, you've got to think it's not going to be just light a mountain on fire.
What is this one?
Everything usable post movement.
Okay. Right, Trans Am only lasts a couple of turns, doesn't it?
Yeah. That is right. I am underestimating the craziness of the villains of Zambot. Yeah, they could thinking about Killer the Butcher, I could see him trying to actually light the mountain on fire just because. But no, eruptions are far more useful if you're trying to actually destroy things. Macross Cannon. But how does it compare to the wave motion cannon? I'm certain that somewhere out there on the internet there's
no contest.
Yes, I
Macross
know.
Cannon. That's comparing a pea shooter to a thermonuclear warhead.
By which you mean the Macross Cannon is the weak one?
Yes. The wave motion cannon could literally destroy an entire galaxy if you overcharged it. Macross cannons, they're strong, but they aren't so devastating.
All I remember from what I saw is that the wave motion cannon was able to destroy roughly the size of Australia.
It's a kind of ridiculous thing, though.
Yes,
Whereas
it still is
Macross
probably a bad
cannon,
thing.
The largest thing a Macross cannon has been shown destroying, I believe, is... Oh, wait, that was actually enough.
I guess. I mean, these aren't fully boss tier. You don't need to kill them, even. All you need to do is get rid of the high-class Mugan.
Yeah, I was zoning out and was just planning on destroying everything.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Gets you more experience. Gets you more kills, but yeah, no. The only thing you need to do is get rid of the Mugan.
That wasn't quite enough. Baldios.
Pulsaber Dringing.
Now, that's overkill.
Oh, yeah. Overkill. That's something I was going to say there, but I've lost it. Oh well. Ryoma still needs plenty of kills. Sora needs kills too, but he can't get them.
I don't think it would deal damage to the
No.
anti-spiral.
You'd think it would, but no, I don't believe it does.
None of his songs are particularly useful right now. So I'll go ahead and quickly see.
They aren't equipped with any dimensional craziness. It has to do...
But they're the enemies of life, and his singing is the power of life.
No, they're the enemies of evolution.
Ah.
Which is why they don't particularly care about the beastmen who have evolution sealed off. That is the reason the beastmen were designed the way they were.
Okay, so nothing.
As always, I don't know how much attention Bandai Namco pays to the English licensing of series, but could always be a nice opportunity. And as you mentioned, with everything. If Bandai winds up actually getting a hold of all of Gundam, it could make things easier.
They're not getting a hold of all of Gundam.
They aren't?
They're going to be doing better. They're fully acquiring everything of Sunrise. Which adds other series as well that would become cheaper. Hence why Super Robot Wars on a whole would become cheaper.
That could be a good thing. Good thing for the Super Robot Wars
Maybe
fans.
less good thing for anime.
Less good for the industry as a whole, but don't know. But then again, the anime industry as a whole has plenty of problems, mainly thanks to Osamu Tezuka.
They technically own Sunrise, but they don't wholly own Sunrise.
Which is what they're looking to do.
It will also mean, if I'm correct, which I could be wrong here, quite easily, that the Super Robot Wars 64 mechs might actually show up in an OG series.
What happened there, may I ask?
They aren't owned by Bandai.
Okay.
They were designed by someone else and therefore are owned by someone else. Which is why the A mechs exist. All of the OG mechs from A were designed to be replacements. If you look on the wiki for the Rasen Griff or for the Angelg, Soul Game might be original? Not sure there. But yeah, that was because of a legal dispute. It costs way too much money to use them.
Well, I'm sure I'll find out eventually here.
No. That is the only one where it would not be, I believe.
Because the thing is that Sentinel is owned by another company
Sentinel
entirely, because it was a thing in a magazine, right?
Yeah.
How is it, Viral? Gurn's cockpit feel comfortable? To think that I'd be sitting in the seat of the man I've fought against so many times. My blood's boiling for another battle. Be sure to prepare yourself. This guy isn't half-baked. I should be the one who knows that most of all. If that's the case, let's go full strength. Don't lose consciousness. Perhaps don't bite your tongue would be better. Creating a path for those to come after is my job. Oh, anti-spirals. Still hanging in there, thanks to their energy field barrier. Few lines of black energy. Just quickly check. Anything interesting? They have support attack,
Okay.
a barrier, scattering beam, and beam. That's all those can do.
Yeah. Sentinel is co-owned by a magazine company.
Because of the way they did it. Has to be because of the way it was published in a magazine. Mustache Man. Soul Gain based on the Earth Gain from Super Robot Wars 64.
Yeah, all of them are based on them.
Let's take a look at the originals. What were the originals? Yeah, the Earth Gain, the Simurgh, and Ebels, which were related to the Engelg, the Solifar and Ashcleaf, processors of the Ashsaver, and the Svanhild Rathgriff, Rage of the Laws-Angriff.
Double boomerang.
Double spiral boomerang, because it does have 2 boomerangs. Simone, is this all spiral energy can do? Now you've said it, I'll show you the depths of my persistence. Let's go, you faceless bastards! Which one of these will do better? Are you challenging me? Interesting. I'll use the sunglasses. Then I'll take the wing.
Okay.
Yep.
Figured that would be
Double
what it was.
boomerang!
It just mirrors that seemed like a really bad idea while you're flying.
It's got the guts to stay up in midair even without its flight pack on.
I guess.
Super robots are logical, and it is more logical than most. The Gurren Lagann is more than capable of tanking a couple of minutes in midair.
One more.
Laws-Angriff Raven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that's the one that's in A, right?
The Raven is from OG.
Ah, the Raven's from OG. And I laugh at the Raven for a very simple reason.
Why?
Look at the Lazengreth, if it's the one that I think it is.
That's the one that you used all the time.
Yep. And do you know what it looks like?
What?
An armored core.
Kinda.
So you see why I'm amused by its name. Since at least in 3 and earlier, I believe, you're referred to as a raven.
Yes, I know that. So
That was
yeah.
in case anyone hadn't.
Give up already, Nia! Open your eyes! That is pointless. I am the messenger of the anti-spiral. An artificial life form that was awakened in response to the spiral energy in order to activate the spiral life form eradication system. What? You're saying you aren't alive? Come on, Nia. Come on. Talk in a way that I can understand. And you didn't used to speak like this. You beat around the bush. I couldn't understand what you said, but you were always so kind and happy. I can't really put it well, but that's how it was. That's the sort of person you were. This is the real me. That's a lie. I won't forgive anyone who'd say something like that. Just you wait, Nia. I'll beat the boss of those Muggins and bring you back.
Although, if they do own all of the Sunrise stuff fully,
Hey, mouse.
there's a chance Sentinel might get included
Wow.
despite its cost. Because they'd have a cheaper time overall. But a question. When it comes to the OGs, do you prefer the reals or the supers?
On the whole, the reels.
I have to agree. I love a lot of the supers, but on the whole, the reals look better on average. The only really standout ones to me are the one from W, which is...
It starts as real.
Yeah, that one's the one that I can't really classify it as either, because it's both.
So I think there's a very simple reason for that.
Because the
For
designers are more used to real robots?
No, it's that with real robots, there are only so many things you can do. They have to have at least, a certain number of characteristics that make them real.
Small.
Whereas with super robots, all design principles go out the window. You can do literally whatever the hell you want. You can make them look as stupid or crazy as you want because super robots are illogical, and no matter what happens, you can just hand wave it away.
It might, actually. You know, that might be part of why Code Geass is getting all this new stuff.
Oh. I mean, they said they had a plan in place for 10 years worth of stuff, so... don't know.
But if that is the thing, there's a chance of one really nice thing possibly occurring.
Satellite cannon charged.
Good Code Geass models. Since from what I understand, Code Geass, it would certainly include, why am I blanking on the name of the series? Series you really hate that's in New Ones. Song. Cross-Ange, that's it.
No, it's not that it's a series I hate. It's this... From what I've heard about it, it's not necessarily a good series to watch. It is very mean-spirited. And cruel to, like, everyone. So it's not a series I want to watch. The Super Robot Wars V version of it is apparently pretty good, but it is most definitely a case of Super Robot Wars makes things better.
It would mean that there's a chance of getting good models of Cross-Ange mechs.
Okay.
Although I kind of doubt that on the principle of Cross-Ange.
Who knows?
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Have you seen the Cross-Ange mechs?
Slightly.
I don't even know what to call them.
Trust me, there are always weirder things you could do.
They're like if a Valkyrie decided to have an open cockpit. If a Valkyrie decided to crossbreed with a motorcycle.
Well, part of the thing you need to remember about that is that, they're designed for, atmospheric use. They're designed for sub-atmospheric use. They're not supposed to be used out in space.
Just looks so weird. Also, I just realized something I need to check. Out of curiosity. Giron. Where is...
There he is.
Really?
What?
The mech stats.
S in land.
No,
C in sky, B in everything else.
I'm just pointing the B in space. It should have an A in space.
Really?
It was designed... I believe it was designed for space combat.
I highly doubt that.
Or at the bare minimum, it was used in space.
Really?
Yeah, the fight wound up going to space towards the end. It's space-worthy. It's also sea-worthy. Depending on your definition of worthy.
Very much so. Let's see.
I believe it went to space. From what I've seen. Ryoma, you get the
Not seeing much about the Bungle, but...
There isn't much about Zabungle, period.
Well, it's not, a super popular series.
Especially because it didn't come over to the West until... What is my movement range? Okay.
15, did I see?
Yep.
Okay.
That's because of Accelerate, but...
But even so, range of 15 is nothing to sneer at. Goodbye, mouse. Dynamite explosion. So what does it have on it? It has Hot Blood, Accelerate, Luck and Effort.
Nice.
Very nice. Kitty. Now, that's a piece of fluff on the floor. That's not a toy.
Anything's a toy if you try hard enough.
Sure. Okay. So. You have Hot Blood. You can't cast it now.
Forgot. Oh well.
Let's see. A number of spiral life forms which walk the path of evolution are gathered here. Everything shall be annihilated in order to guard against the spiral nemesis.
You have ridiculously large SP pools.
So what are you going to do? You could drill maximum. Show it off.
Just because it hasn't been shown.
Let's go, faceless bastards! Don't you think I only have a single drill? I'll teach you just how wrong you are! Fully activate the energy and... Hedgehog of drills. Extending up to the heavens. And I don't quite get where the explosion comes from, but... And Gurren Lagann, of course, is fine.
How can you not get where the explosion comes from? It's from Simone's manly burning spirit.
No one left there.
There's no one left.
Alright. Going to leave the boss to the Daitarn. They don't have much.
I was gonna say that's not enough energy.
But you do still have the Getter Change attack. If you can get close enough. Second one there is Instinct.
What is that one?
Everything usable post-movement.
Alright, not necessary.
You've got both effort and luck if you think you're
No, it's not.
pushing out.
Look at the
Shin Getter
page.
Change attack. Those who carry the fate of the Getter rays. What? Is she talking about Go? Your existence shall bring forth tragedy into this galaxy. In order to guard against this vile nemesis, I shall eliminate the Getter as well. I have a duty. In order to fulfill it, I cannot lose. Let's go! Get her!
Go just isn't hot-blooded enough for the Shin Getter.
Oh no, when he's screaming he's hot-blooded, but most of the time he's...
No, his screaming just lacks the energy. I've heard
Has to do with being an artificial life form.
I've heard it a fair bit from Another Century's episode 3.
But hey, we only have a few chapters to go until we get...
Shin Getter with the true pilots! How much HP left? Yeah, I might be able to get that with one hit. Yeah, these things are weird.
The Mugon,
Yeah.
that's everything post-movement.
Well, I'm burning energy anyway. Don't really care.
Remember, you've already got effort and... Hot blood applied, and luck.
Let's see if this is good enough.
I think it may be. I'll draw out the power of the Max God. Wasn't the reason that it's called the Max God because it's like supposed to surpass the beasts, surpass the humans, and surpass even the gods?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is to surpass the Dan Cougar, which was the Beast Machine God.
If this is your answer,
Oh my.
you have hot blood.
I was only expecting to deal...
You're using your strongest attack on a super robot with hot blood equipped.
I was still only expecting to deal about
And that's ace.
9,000... Yeah, that's why I was doing it.
Casts Awaken once when you awaken. Your instinct activates. Yeah! The fact that the one who hid the anti-spiral messenger's genes was the daughter of Lord Genome is a cruel twist. However, now that it has activated, as a member of the anti-spiral, I can never return to being human. Nia, where are you going? Nia! See. That message you sent out to all humanity is hijacking the communication lines and broadcasting to all Communist City. This radio force got a panic. All units, retreat. We're going to take some distance from the city. But, Hayato! See. Leaving Simone in front of the citizens when he's lost Nia would be too dangerous. Simone, you understand that, right? Yeah. If what Princess Nia said is true, then those anti-spirals are preparing to fight us once more. Nia, I'll definitely get you back.
Victory being in a Super Robot Wars. I think that's typically not used just because of, what's the term? Darker than Evangelion?
Victory is...
Victory is victory.
Yep. A human annihilation system. The anti-spiral? When 10 billion apes overflow this land, the moon will become the messenger of destruction and destroy the planet of the spiral. Is this that day? Something completely terrifying may have just happened. Impossible! We don't have even half of that population! Why? Why is something like this happening? All we can do is try and ask him. Spiral King, Lord Genome. Today you're going to tell us everything. Rashihu. Back to the tower's hangar. Kellen got captured by the Knights of the Round? We just got word from the Ikaruga. But the Black Knights were fighting against the Rounds in Area 11. They wound up rendezvousing with Li Xingke from the Chinese Federation. In the middle of the fight, Kellen got captured by the enemy. Even though Hiro and Toad were there, something like that happened? From what Ogi said, Zero's command got broken by Suzaku. So Kellen wound up being sacrificed to Zero's mistakes? Don't say it like that. After all, even he isn't a god. That man is always saying how his actions will be the proof of his deed. Proof of his goals. In that case, blaming his mistakes on him is a certain thing as well. However, I believe that if it is him, he doesn't intend to leave Colin there like that. Alright. I'll bet as well, so go ahead and send your chips over to me. Well, for now, we need to rendezvous with the Ikaruga and confirm the situation. That's right. We have to think about that human annihilation system as well. How's Simone doing? Right now, he says he wants to be alone. I wonder if Mr. Simone really is okay. If he winds up giving up over something like this, then that's all he was. You shut it, Viral! Leave it, Gimme. But, Mr. Roma... Simone will definitely come back. You believe that too, don't you, Viral? Of course. After all, if I didn't believe that, then there wouldn't be any point in my being here. For a rookie like you, I ought to teach you the way Zexus does things. Way Zexus does things? Gimme! Go to Hayato's room and steal some of his beer for me. What are you trying to do? Isn't it obvious? It's in Kamina's place. I'll be having a drinking contest with Viral here. Very well then, Nagare Ryoma. I'll go along with your ceremony here. Don't treat it so lightly. After all, there's no way you'll win against me. At the very least, I think I'll be more than enough to beat him. Well, it looks like his acceptance into our group has gone pretty well. It's been a while, Banjo. Looks like you've been busily wandering about.
Tagami. No.
After all,
You're injured.
I'll I've had quite a bit of trouble thanks to Sandman's request. And to top it off, it's been even worse with everything that the kind of general company's asked me to do. If the second in command heard you, I'm sure he'd be sad to hear that. After all, it seems like the President's second in command's got some things to worry about here. So, what have you been doing so far? I'd heard that your master was pretty harsh on people, so I imagine you've had a pretty tough time. Ah, come on, don't think everyone's like you. Well, it started with confirming what's been going on in various regions, investigating the ALO's combat prowess, searching for Veda, trying to find hints to where Salam's been. And, behind it all, I found that Liard is lurking once more. I see. So you guys were doing things separately than Captain Harry. After all, the fact that that man started moving is something you all know. Since it's come to this, I'll be fighting as a part of Zexus again as well. So, what are we going to do about Miss Nia? Rato's currently in contact with Rashu and explaining the situation. Rashu, that's that commander guy who drove Simone out, right? Is it really gonna be fine? He's the kind of man who'll do what needs to be done. And from what I could see with Rato, Rashu seems to know something about this incident. Sir Rashu does? Let's see. Yeah, looks like Professor Shikishima and Liron are busy talking about it too. All we can do now is wait for their answer. The anti-spiral in a human annihilation system. They said it was entering phase 1. That means there are likely more phases to come. To think that more enemies would show up after we'd come this far. How much trouble is the Earth gonna be in? Communist City Science Division. Is that so? The anti-spiral have finally made their move. Yeah, and your daughter Nia became their messenger. I am but a clone who was created from Lord Genome's cells. I've had no direct contact with Nia. But you do still have the memories and knowledge of the Spiral King, Lord Genome. Well then. Answer us now, Lord Genome. Tell us everything you know about that human annihilation system. You intend to go beyond the grave and dig up the remains of a dead man. What a cruel trick. After all, you died without telling us anything. You should understand at least a little bit of how much that troubled us. Fear can become a great defense. There is nothing for you to be embarrassed about. Up until now, you've dodged all the questions we've asked of you, but humanity doesn't have much time left. Now, tell us everything you know. Very well. Since it has come to this, I shall explain as much as I can. Well then, let us begin. What is spiral energy and the anti-spirals? What's that have to do with us humans? Spiral energy is the power of evolution. Life forms that possess spiral genes, and the galaxy which holds them, they shall continue to endlessly generate spiral energy. That is a law of this universe. That's what Nia said, right? But those who were afraid of that power appeared. They were the anti-spiral life forms. The anti-spiral. Anti-spiral life forms? Long ago, my original form, Lord Genome, fought against them. And the Ball in order to protect this galaxy. What are the Ball? They are the destined foes of all sentient life in this universe. Starving destroyers. The things that you refer to as invaders are but a single type of Ball. Fate destined foe of all sentient life. Both the Lagann and the gunmen were originally designed to fight against the ball. Wait a minute. Then, does that mean the Lagann? That's right. That was one of our greatest weapons. A spiral energy activation core machine designed to control any machine it combined with. See. The god of light and the warriors who desired endless evolution. Those who crossed the galaxy and the generals of the dimensions. Alongside them all, we fought against the ball. Transcending dimensions and across all galaxies. So is a war across worlds? That's such a huge scale, I can't even imagine it. To think that one of the core machines that had been sealed deep within the Earth would be discovered by humans. I suppose that is fate as well. But why? If you're one of those spiral warriors, then why would you attack humans? Seal us underground. That is a simple answer. It is because we lost. After we lost the anti-spiral, we fled to our home world of Earth. And on our home world, the anti-spirals created a spiral life form annihilation system. Once a certain condition was fulfilled, it would automatically activate. When 10 billion apes overflow this land, the moon will become a messenger of destruction and destroy the planet of the spiral. So that's what that meant? But no matter how you look at it, there's only 5 billion people on this planet right now. There's no way we could have activated it. Of course. Even if you wind up taking into account the outer space colonies, the maximum that this world could hold is only 5 to 8 billion people. Then why did the system activate? Do you not understand? Even if this world was not able to hold that many, multiple worlds could. Don't tell me. That is right. The fact that it is activated means that the dimensional walls have been breached, and multiple Earths have begun to overlap. The dimensional distortion, the abyss? That connected our world and Zeus' world, right? If that world's in the same state as ours, then that means there are more than 10 billion people? In addition, the 10 billionth person was that Anne child born here in this city. Teaka and Kyo's daughter? And that's what activated the anti-spiral system? Of course, that child is innocent. Even if you knew that and that's why you tried to keep humanity underground? By doing that, I attempted to keep even a fragment of humanity alive. By keeping the bare minimum population alone underground. Why didn't you tell us straight? Why did you try and crush us with force instead? Because it was pointless. Those who bear the power of this spiral will foolishly aim for the heavens. It has nothing to do with words, or reason, or even effort. The only thing that could prevent it was fear. Even so, you rebelled against me. And that power was able to break through your rule and bring a new age to this continent. That strength itself is the danger posed. You should know. See. That abyss that connects the two worlds was opened by the desire of those who bear the key. Desire itself is one of the forms of spiral energy. Let's see. One of the base instincts of spiral life forms, using the power of that law, they shall not forgive it. That is the spiral nemesis. It means the end of everything. Spiral nemesis? The end of everything? Even for someone like me who has lived for 1,000 years. So long as you do not have the strong resolve I had to seal off spiral power, you cannot avoid this inevitable end. Even so, the fact that you were able to rebel against me was a true shock. Tell us, Lord Genome, what is the human annihilation system? That gun thing said it entered the first phase. But what will happen in the end? Once you know this, there can be no turning back. Even so, I have to know. This is my job. Very well. Then I shall tell you. The human annihilation system's final phase. That is... So,
That was a long chapter.
looking at the time and how long the next chapter is, I think we're going to go ahead and stop here. Especially because I will have things to do here later today. So next chapter is going to be very Code Geass heavy. We're going to be assaulting the people who know pretty much everything there is about Geass. They are bad people. And we'll get a couple of temporary allies come to join us. Namely, Rollo and Orange Coon. Yes, Orange Coon will be showing up to help.
Jeremiah Gottwald. Also, we've got this now.
Yes. The Shinkai and the Shenhu, with its Slash Harkins, Map Attack, and Special Use Blade.
Bullet, I guess.
I don't know.
Just in case I have to use them.
You shouldn't. So,
Alright, going to go.
it's a bit shorter than usual, but we're going to go ahead and end here. This should also make things line up neatly that over the weekend we'll be able to put up the poll for the next route split. So, I hope you all have been enjoying this. I hope you were satisfied with our choice of route split there and the fact that we get to show off throwing a nuclear missile. And as always, I hope you all have a nice afternoon. See you tomorrow.
See you.